Evan, Head of Engineering for RMSTATOR. Today we're going to take a look at our new bypass voltage regulator system for the Triumph Thruxton Bonneville America 900 motor. So this is an 07 Thruxton 900. That's one of my bikes. We're going to show this on. And like I said, it'll fit quite a few other bikes. You'll have to check our fitment list. I don't know them all off the top of my head, but like I said, for sure Bonneville in America, they use the 900 motor. Okay, so this is an 07, I think it's an 07, last year carbureted Thruxton, I think, or maybe 08 was right around there. Nice bike, low miles, but it has an old battery in it. The charging system we just replaced in our previous video showing how to do a stator and a regulator, but we found while doing our charging system test, we have a really old crusty battery here. Now we're going to show how to install our bypass regulator system, but this made the demo or kind of demoing the improvement even better because of how crappy this battery is, and I'll show you why. So we're gonna look at what the charging system puts out. So this is a brand new charging system we just installed with our RMSTATOR parts, a new stator and voltage regulator. And let's see what kind of voltage we get out of it. So you can see this battery's old, crusty terminals. I haven't cleaned anything up on it. It's always worked well for me, but I've only had it a couple months and never looked at the charging system until now. Okay, so we have, I think I have the key on, so we're pulling it down, but at rest, about 12 volts on the battery. It's old, but it's not dead or anything. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the key on. Let's see what kind of voltage we get out of this brand new charging system. All right, we're idling at 12.2 volts. Now let's turn it up. So with an unhealthy discharged battery, we hit about 13.5 volts. So charging, it would work, it's not gonna strand you, but this thing clearly needs a new battery. However, let's look at what happens when we install our bypass regulator system. So what the bypass system does, especially on a bike like the Triumph, where they decided to run all of the wiring for the charging system through the bike's harness. So we have our stator connector coming up here. You can see it plugged in right here. Our stator plugs into the vehicle's harness here, and it goes all the way up the backbone of the frame. And Aaron, if you can come up here, we'll show our connection. Okay, comes all the way up here to our voltage regulator rectifier connector, which is right here, running through the vehicle's harness, plugs in, goes to our voltage regulator rectifier. Then it goes back out of the voltage regulator rectifier connector, all the way back, another 3 feet of wire, and is gonna connect back to our battery, and probably through the starter relay or something. So we have lots and lots of wire, we have old connections, and all of that stuff adds up for extra resistance and can help give us a really inefficient charging system. So when we go to our bypass regulator kit, this kit is using our CNC housing series regulator, which is a tight fit. We'll show it up front, but it does fit okay and it looks nice on these bikes. It plugs right into the stator connector, and then we plug the output of the regulator directly into the battery terminals. So we bypass a lot of old wiring and old connections on this bike, and we pick up a pretty big improvement at the battery. So before I show the whole installation, I'm just gonna connect this real quick so we can show these clips back to back, and let's just see what happens with a new charging system, but running through the vehicle's harness, right back to back with our bypass regulator system. Bypass system real quick. Let's take a look at what kind of voltage we get now. Okay, so not only do we start idling over 13 volts, but we're hitting over 14 volts at high RPM. So again, none of this is a shortcut for replacing a bad battery, but you can see the improvement right there just by eliminating the connections and wiring on the bike.